Hi, it's Stefana here, your holistic mentor and the creator of Yogilachi. I am excited about today's topic, and that's habits, because habits are really a misunderstood thing. I keep hearing in different groups that I'm in how we've got to get better habits, and your habits really make your life. And if it takes 30 to 60 times to make a habit, or days, certain amount of time, a lot of arbitrary information. And I know that there's some science out there, but here's what I know after 30 years of working with folks and even my own little science laboratory. One person is still one person. When you've seen one person dealing with habits, you've seen one person. So we have to understand that uh, just because there's been science or this done about this test is done and this is what the information is, doesn't mean that that is how everything is. So I want to give you this concept, and this is what has worked for me and worked for hundreds of my clients. The first thing you want to understand is that a habit is really just it's an action. It is being present to doing an action. And the root word, if you go back and understand what that is actually you're taking on ownership or taking on a concept of something and acting it out or doing it. So let's just call it a pattern. Okay, so we're going to look at and use habit in a different way. So we say, oh, I've got some bad habits. Oh, it's just a bad habit. Or it's this kind of habit. Oh, I need to make better habits. What you need to do is get present, meaning get here now, and be intentional about what you're doing and how you want to lead your life, right? If we keep trying to put things on automatic so that we have some kind of operating system going and we don't have to be in charge of it, that's going into getting us to become robots, and we're not robots, and we're not going to be artificial intelligence, and that's not who we are as spiritual beings. So hopefully I'm talking to the crowd that's listening to me that you're a spiritual being. You have a body, you have a mind, you use your body, and you want it to be optimized, and you want your brain to be optimized, and there are tools and ways in which we can do that. What we can do with habits and building those is understanding this principle. It only takes one time to build a good habit. The reason you can't repeat that or keep doing it, and so that it says 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, 120 days to get a good habit, is because you're having to change other patterns that have been in place that are blocking that or are inhibiting or distracting or interrupting that intention of you taking that action, whether it is getting up and exercising at 5:30 in the morning every single morning for the rest of your life. There's other things. I want to sleep more. Oh, well, I didn't want to party the night before, or whatever. So you have to really get clear on this. This isn't about putting in a good habit. It's also clearing old patterns. That's why it's harder. That's why it takes longer for a habit to be formed, because there's old patterns in place. Okay. So you got to be easy on yourself and realize this. If you're at whatever age you are now, I mean, my gosh, I'm almost 50, and I look at all the things that I still operate off of that I learned when I was living at home over 30 some years ago. And that's stuff that's programmed in there pretty deeply. So we've got to be easy about ourselves changing that pattern and not being upset that we broke our habit because the New Year's resolution is over and it's now January 30th, right? 31st. And so really it's just about, let's look at what we can do to create better, more present, more intentional actions in our lives, and eliminate or get rid of or prune or let go of actions and patterns and things that we don't really need to be using, that are not for our highest and best good. We can just start letting them go. And then if you say, oh, I can't because, oh, I just keep doing it. Well, then you're not present, right? You're not present if you're just doing it on automatic. Oh, I forgot I was doing that. Well, what we can do is get present. And that really goes back to what I wrote in Peace Doesn't Come in a Pill. Peace doesn't come in anything that's fasted. You have to get back in control. You have to get back into the driver's seat and get present, be intentional, use the right leverage and vibration, and then observe what's going on. You have to be aware enough to observe, like, whoa, I don't think that's workable. I'm ready to change that. And then you use the right tool to change that, whether it's clearing the energy patterns, whether it's getting a personal trainer who understands how the body works, whether it's coming to Yogilachi and getting some support in that, whether it's reading up on the experts' information on how to run a business, or if it's getting support on helping your son's brain injury or whatever it is. You have to take those actions and those steps, as opposed to, well, now I'm going to do this habit every single day and I will be a robot because I need as many robotic actions because my life is on automatic. Do you really want to live your life on automatic? Or do you want to lead an amazing life? Yeah, there's some things we can put on automatic, maybe. But if they are put on automatic, I hope that they are programmed in correctly with your ultimate destination in mind, with your ultimate, like, where are you going in mind? There's so much information out there. There is so much stuff out there on this is how you do it. This is what you should do. You should be doing this thing. Stop. Get silent. Get quiet. Come back to you. That would be the first thing. Get present. You don't have to make a habit of it. Just do it, right? Just do it. Get present. Practice that, because it is a practice. Creating a habit is a practice. It is a practicum. It is not something that is a checklist and you turn on the light switch or you turn off the light switch and forevermore. It's something we have to practice, and we have to get out of this idea that everything should be put on automatic. There are things, because there's a process and patterns that are developed in the brain, and so we can shift those, but you're not your brain. You have a brain. And just because that brain does have those potential addictions doesn't mean you have to. So you have to realize first, who are you, right? And we wake up to that. Then we can start looking at, where do I want to go? What do I want to do? And it may look like pruning a lot of stuff and getting rid of a lot of things that have been weighing you down, so that you can put in and implement that one action or habit that is workable and leads you to a better life, as opposed to fighting all these 50,000 whatever old patterns, old habits that have been in place that no longer serve you. Might have to do some cleaning first before you start to implement or try to put in something that is going to lead you to where, in the direction you want to go. I hope that helps. Lots of interweaving concepts in there, but it's around this idea, it takes only one time to build a good habit. To have a good habit, one time. It takes thousands and thousands and thousands of times to get rid of the old patterns that have been going on for a long time, right? Or even however many times. But all it takes is one time just to say, that's it, this is what I'm going to do. And then you have to continue it and do it again and do it again and do it again. So if you're looking for it to just be on automatic, that's something else. That's becoming a robot and having it be on autopilot. Buttons pushed, there it is. It's happening all the time now without me even having to think about it. And do you really want that? Just make sure it is for your optimal well-being, that's what it is. Otherwise, like, you're here for the journey. You're here for the experience of experiencing life and letting this and being a participant in it. Otherwise, you're a spectator, right? Okay. All right. Good stuff. Good stuff. So let's work on these and decide, what are your actions? Being intentional, being mindful, being present to your life, and using the right tools at the right time. Okay, have a fabulous day. I'll see you soon. And check us out at yogilachi.com or Your Holistic Mentor for free mentoring there. And I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.